Welcome to the Do It Anyway podcast with Maria Redman. I am your host, Maria Redman, here to take you through all things nutrition, fitness, wellness, and all crazy things in between. Welcome to this episode. We are on episode 13, and I just cannot believe that I have got 13 episodes in thus far because let me tell you something, people. This honestly is not my thing. This is one of those do it anyway type of things for me. I don't particularly like being in front of a camera and I don't mind talking. And if we were live, it'd be great, but just on camera is hard for me. So I want to extend my thanks for everyone that's been following thus far. If you're a new listener, welcome. You can catch this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Applecast. And if you catch it on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. That would be great. I would appreciate that. So, with all that being said today, I have an amazing topic for today. Energy drinks. We all, for the most part, love energy drinks, and for various reasons. I think that most people drink energy drinks for exactly what they're for, energy. So I decided to kind of take a little bit of a deep dive on some of the, common ones that are out there on the market today and just really see how good are these for us when it comes to energy and health wise. There's been a couple that are controversial and have actually had some lawsuits. And so I wanted to kind of bring that to the forefront and discuss them. Now, for me personally, I do drink energy drinks from time to time. I happen to drink each and every energy drink up here, with the exception of this Bang little shot. And I also, in this cup is an espresso shot. I also do espresso, or coffee. So I do that. So the only one I don't drink is the Bang, but I've definitely had a Bang in the past. So with that being said, let's kind of get into some of these products here. So I want to start with Rain Energy Drink. Rain is a very, very good company and actually is a subsidiary of Monster Energy Drink. Surprise! Monster actually is exactly what it's called, Monster. They actually own tons of energy drinks across the globe that are underneath their umbrella, which is pretty cool. Monster is a very, very massive company. With that being said, the Rain product, when they hit the market, especially in Europe, I was completely sold on all of the flavors. The flavor is amazing, really, really clean taste. They do have a lot of caffeine in them, almost a bit more than most for the size of the can. They have 300 milligrams of natural caffeine in it. And for their product, the Inferno anyway, because there's an Inferno and then there's just a regular one. The Inferno is going to be, similar to what a Celsius says it does. Like it boosts your metabolism, help you burn calories. And really, when I went onto a larger deep dive on it, honestly, I didn't really find very much thermogenics in here. They use a little bit of L-citrulline, which is found in a lot of pre-workouts. Like I said, the caffeine. And after that, really, it was very little bit of leucine. So they have some BCAAs in here, a small amount of valine, which is another BCAA. And then, they sweetened it with sucralose. So it really wasn't anything over the top. I would guarantee that those amounts of BCAAs are very, very minuscule. Like when I went to their website to kind of figure out how much of the BCAAs were in there weren't even amounts that they could register. So it's really just a selling point, to be quite honest. But I will say that if you're looking for increased concentration and some energy, this product is going to do it for you. What I don't like from a health perspective about this particular product, it's sweetened with a lot of sucralose, and a good wealth of these are going to be sweetened with sucralose, right? That's your Splenda type sweetener. There definitely is an opportunity for them to use a natural sweetener like a stevia or an erythritol, something different. But for now, it's sucralose. And I'm not going to bark at it. Have I, drink it? Yes, I drink it. I like it. I would not have more than one of these a day because of the amount of caffeine that's in them, right? So 400 milligrams is about the amount of caffeine you really want to take in during the day, to be quite honest. And if you're a person that has, anxiety, or you get stressed easy, or you have trouble sleeping, this definitely, having one of these higher in the day is pretty much enough for you. That's kind of the skinny on that one. Also, one thing I want to say, that it also has green tea extract in here, and that's where they're talking about the fat burning portion. Green tea's been known to help you, burn fat, but again, it's a drink. There's not a ton of it in here, so if you're trying to take it for fat burning purposes, it's probably not going to get you there. So that is going to be our Rain energy drink, but they have amazing flavors. I mean, I legitimately love all of their flavors. There hasn't been one that I've tasted where I was like, ugh, not so much. Um, Typically retails for about $3, although I'm gonna, at the end of the show, teach you a little sneaky way to get some of these energy drinks for the lowski woski, because you know me, I'm about saving that coin. So next up on the docket, we've got this product, which I don't know how popular it is with a lot of other people, um, but it's Bucked Up. This is their energy drink, the Bucked Up supplement company, and their energy drink is called Big Game Energy. Um, Pretty decent product. This flavor is the sour gummy. It's okay. They've also got like a cotton candy one. That one is not my favorite. Um, Zero sugar like the rest of them. Sweetened with, this one is sweetened with sucralose. So same thing. What I what this product and the Rain also has is something called natural flavors. Um, Natural flavors is not a healthy thing. That's what they just put on products to make you think it's healthier. What they do to make a natural flavor is, let's say this was lemon flavor. They would go and take a little bit of a zest of lemon, a tiny bit. They put it in a test tube, and they take it to a lab. They dilute it with some type of a chemical so that they can get the essence of said lemon flavor. And then they replicate this over and over again in other tubes until they make what's called natural flavoring. But it's actually a chemical that's kind of getting that flavor to make it seem like it's a lemon. So any product that you purchase that says natural flavoring, that's not really the natural flavor. It's the FDA's been allowed to let them put that on the label to say natural flavor. So now you know what natural flavor means. It's not exactly the healthiest thing. So that's a good one to know. So that's Bucked Up. Next we have Monster. This one's actually open. um, I'm sorry, this is a rock star. I lied. Sorry, Monster. This is a rock star. This one's open. This was one of my favorites back in the day. I am not certain why I really took to them. Their flavors are just really good. These have like 180 milligrams of caffeine for this size bottle. As you can see, there's a big difference. So this is a 12-ounce can, and these cans are 16 ounces. So, you know, a little bit more than half, less than half rather, is in a rock star. They always had really great flavors. Same thing, nothing over the top healthy about them. Got a load of B6, some good B6 vitamins in there, and B12. It's actually gives you about 80% of your daily value of those two that are in here. What I do like about them, though, I think that made me pick them faster than everything else, is these are sweetened with erythritol, which is a much better sweetener. Um, Although some people do get gut, issues with erythritol. So if you're a person that drinks a Rockstar and you kind of tend to get like really bloated with it, it could be that you're sensitive to the erythritol. Personally, for me, I like it, and I don't get that aftertaste that some energy drinks give you. It's why I picked this. It's got taurine in here, which is really good for, mental focus. But other than that, it's pretty much status quo on the rock stars. Really good flavors. I feel like they're increasingly becoming harder to find. I think maybe they're not as popular anymore, and so they're losing, a little bit of the market share, but still a good go-to if you want to go for a better sweetened, energy drink. All right, let's see what we have here. I've got two different monsters here. Can size is different. These are both ultras. This is 12 ounce versus the 16. Um, None of these that I've gone through so far have any juice sweetener in them. That's also something that you might want to look for, something that's been sweetened with with a real juice to give you the real natural flavor versus natural flavors. But I did want to kind of go through Monster a little bit. Um, these have quite a bit of caffeine. This has got about 200 milligrams versus 350 milligrams of this one in this bigger Monster. This one does have some L-carnitine in it and some taurine in it as well. Both of them do actually. And the amounts actually that they had were slightly sizable. It had 2 milligrams of each one in there. So at least it had real traceable amounts versus the others didn't have any values to them at all, which meant that there could be like a little inside of it. And then they're allowed to like put that on the label. But with the monsters, what I like is they've got enough taurine in here, and taurine's also good for skeletal muscle function and helping you increase your like endurance. These are used in a wide variety of sports markets amongst athletes, and it's one of the energy drinks that that passes the banned status. So that's kind of why you see a lot of these. Red Bull is another one that you typically see in the sports market that are allowed for athletes. Um, they too, what I love about Monster, they do have some very, very interesting flavors. And because they have a higher caffeine amount, these are going to be pretty strong if you're looking for that true energy feeling. When I compare the 16-ounce can to the 16-ounce can of the Rain energy drink, I definitely feel the difference in the caffeine level. This has got 50 milligrams more than the Rain. So you're definitely going to get it there. They have tons of wacky, crazy, good flavors. Some that, yes, are not so great. This one is the Ultra Peachy Keen. It's one of my favorites. I like to have this as like a refreshing beverage, even though it's got caffeine in it. I personally like them for the flavor over the energy, but that's just me. So you've got that one, and then this is another one that I indulge in, the Ultra Golden Pineapple flavor. I tend to really like that one as well. What I also like about Monster is they contain inositol in them. This had a registered amount of inositol in it as well. I think it was 3 milligrams, if I'm correct. Um, and it's in that inositol's efficient in helping you process nutrients in the body. So, you know, having this and taking it with other, whole food items helps them break down and assimilate into the body even better. So that's one of the benefits of this energy drink, which is pretty cool. And all of these energy drinks all have B12 in them, which is super duper great. For energy, production, but it also helps the body take energy from food as well. B vitamins are very, very unique, and they have a very vast array of things that they do for the body. So with all of these, products having B12, that's a good win for it in that category. I definitely like that. The L-carnitine, like I told you before, it's important compound. It's found naturally in food. Um, this helps you. L-carnitine is unique in the way that it helps you take fatty acids and use them for energy. And like if you take an L-carnitine supplement, what you're basically doing is you're trying to get the fatty acids that are in your cells to open up, for that cell to break open, the fatty acid spills out, and then you can use that fatty acid for energy, hence burning fat. So that's where L-carnitine comes in. The Monster product also had a registered amount of L-carnitine in it, which I thought was pretty cool. So basically, what they've done with their product versus like a Rain or even a Bucked Up is they've put enough in it for them to actually say, yeah, these actually do reside in our product. We can stand by that and say that they're in our product, which is pretty cool when you're talking about an energy drink, for heaven's sakes. I know a lot of people that use Monster for a pre-workout. It used to be like the thing to do, back in the day before pre-workouts started really hitting the market. It was kind of like, drink a Monster, an Ultra, and you're good to go. So there's still a lot of people who do it that way. And if you want to do it that way, you can as well. Unfortunately, they are sweetened with sucralose. That's one down, side to it. And they do have a whole host of other chemicals in here to stabilize it, preserve it, and make it taste better. Now, I will say this. The odd thing about this pineapple one, this one actually has some sucralose in it and erythritol. The sucralose is way down on the ingredient label, and I'm not sure why they felt they needed both. But the erythritol is like the third ingredient in here. So that's going to be the main sugar. So that's a plus. I definitely don't know why they use both. In this peach one, however, it's definitely not high on the list, and I don't see it anywhere on the list. It's just sucralose. So that kind of sums up what's going on inside of a Monster with both of these. So if you want something that's actually has a bit more of what's on the can labeling, I would go with the Monster when it comes to these. Now, controversial right now. I had to go TikTok it after my producer Ben told me about it. This is actually like my favorite. And I remember when these things hit the scene, Celsius. These little cans, these things, if you know, you know. If you've had a Celsius, you're like, this is it. They came out on the market with amazing flavors, and their whole thing to claim to fame was, it helps you. I think back then it was you can burn an extra 100 calories, if you drink a Celsius, and everybody was like, really, how? And so it became really popular, and everyone started really drinking them, and then there started to get some bad press about these. So let me tell you a little bit about Celsius. They've got a good variety of products. They have the Celsius and the Celsius Vibe. Then they have this one as a Celsius Live Fit. So this is one of their newer products. Now, their Vibe and their Celsius and this one all have 200 milligrams of caffeine per can. Then they have the other one, which is their Essentials. That one has 270 milligrams of caffeine per can. And then I didn't even know this existed, but they have Celsius on the go packs, like little flavor packets. Had no idea. It's on their website. Those contain 200 milligrams of caffeine per packet. So I was really I'm interested to get some of those. So I've ordered some of them so I can try them out and see how it goes. So I'll definitely have to keep you guys posted on that. But then it got into, okay, are these things really healthy for you? Because people started claiming that they were getting, some liver damage from this or kidney damage from it. And a lawsuit started with Celsius. And I was kind of like, that's interesting. Like, what in here would kind of give people that impression? So I did some digging for everyone. And here's what I found out. There is another person in the health and wellness space. His name is Gary Brecka. And he has been known to make some fantastical claims. Well, he came on and he used what I hate to see happen in the fitness and wellness space, and this is so common. He used a morsel of truth, and then he added his fluff on top of it. And so this, like the other products, contain B12. So B12 it's a long word. I don't even think I need to say it. It's so scientific. There's a synthetic version of B12 and then a natural version of B12. Both are healthy. Both are fine. One is a methyl and then one has a cyanide. And this is the one that he held on to. So this B12 actually uses the synthetic version that's in this product, which in all of the studies that I know, hands down, there's literature, it's completely fine and safe 100% for the body. There is nothing that is going to harm you. And it comes from the green tea that they're using in it. They're using 1.81 milligrams of this green tea in this product that is completely safe. You could, if the caffeine was lower, I'd say you can drink these all day and be completely fine. nothing's going to happen. So in this lawsuit, they sued Gary Brecker for defamation, and he eventually didn't go all the way through. They ended up he had to take all of his videos down because it was proven that the B12 in these do not, I repeat, do not create any type of damage to the organs. And people just kind of got on this train of trying to, make some money. If I make a video, say this happened to me, then they can maybe get on the train. What was happening in those other lawsuits from other like people on TikTok and YouTubers, they were having like 4 or 5 of these a day. So it wasn't the green tea affecting them. It was the levels of caffeine that they were ingesting. This is not a drink to just casually, they taste so good and refreshing. That's the problem. You drink one, you can drink two, and it feels like you're just having like a hydration drink. You don't necessarily really, like other energy drinks, feel that buzz. You do get some mental focus from them, but they really do taste very refreshing. So it's easy to have more than 1 to 2 cans of this a day. And so that was what was happening with those other influencers. They were pounding these things all day long like there was some type of hydration, and they were definitely getting sick from too much caffeine. So that was the problem with that whole deal and what happened with that. I looked at all the different studies of the synthetic B12 that they use in this product, and it is completely fine. And I'm talking about studies that go back for years. So, fun fact though, Monster tried to sue Celsius for saying, things were not in their can. They lost that lawsuit. But Monster also tried to sue another company and was actually successful. So I'm going to talk about that company right now. So Celsius, good to have. What I do love about the Celsius is this. They're pretty natural in the items that they have in here with their flavoring systems that they use. They've got EGCG, which is another compound that goes along with green tea that helps with fat burning. Ginger, which is great for the gut. Guarana seed, that helps with the fat burning process. So from a fat burning standpoint, this particular product actually does a very good job of putting those together. Does it burn 100 extra calories a day? I don't know about that. Does it help you with burning some calories? Definitely. It's done a great job. Also, I wanted to look and see if athletes were allowed to take it, because that's kind of where the gold standard is in figuring out how good a product is or not. Are they pushing them off to athletes that are getting tested for different things? And this actually happens to be the drink of choice by most athletes, sitting at the top, if they're not sponsored, of course, by like a Red Bull or a Monster, because then of course they have to drink only that. It passed all of the background testing on this product. So this Celsius is it's good to go if you want to go ahead and take it in. From other standpoint of things that it had in it that I was pretty shocked to see it's got biotin in it, and it's got about 300 mcgs of biotin, which was pretty cool. That's like about 1,000% of your daily, needed value. So that's cool to have in there. Other than that, I didn't see anything that was, so over the top to say, okay, super duper, healthy. Better than the others, I would say. After doing my research, I would definitely drink one of these before. If I was going from a health perspective, I would drink one of these over the other ones any day. And with 200 milligrams of caffeine, it's just enough to get you where you're going. If you want to get that extra zoot, I would say, you can drink 2, but I would not start drinking more than 2. Honestly, 1 is more than enough. Have 1, move on to the next day, and just kind of be done with it. That's what I say there.
Maria, I I really appreciate all that. That's great information about the Celsius and everything. Caffeine to me affects me in a totally different way. So I was kind of curious. Sometimes caffeine I'll drink at 12 o'clock and it doesn't hit me till like 8 o'clock. Is there a reason, or is there something that I could do that could help? Either, I'll feel small effects of it,
Right.
at that time, but then, it comes to rest, and then all of a sudden I'm like fully energized. Is there?
Some people have a delayed effect with caffeine.
Okay.
They metabolize it. Everyone's metabolism, the rate in which we metabolize certain things, everyone's is very different. Some people are very immediate. I happen to be like that with pre-workout. It's funny because Christian asked me earlier if I take pre-workout, and I'm not huge on it because the problem is I'll take it the 30 minutes before the workout like it says to do. And so by the time you get to the workout, you should be ready to go. And here it is, 2:00. I'm like, man, let's go. I'm ready to go now. Well, my whole workout's been done hours ago. Right? So some people just have that delayed effect. And you seem to be one of the people who have a delayed effect. So if you have that and if it's affecting your sleep,
it definitely does.
Then I definitely would say maybe your thing should be to just drink half of the can.
That's actually literally what I do.
I would just tell you to half it.
I can't drink a full I can't drink a full can. So I always just drink a half, and it saves me money because I drink half half one day, then I have a half another day.
Next. Right.
Yeah,
So and because they're not like super carbonated, it's not one of those where you open it, it's flat the next day. It tastes just as good later on or the next day, right? So I would say half it. Another thing that you can try to do as well is also, how much hydration are you getting on top of drinking the drink? So if you drank this and it was like your drink for the day.
No, I'm pretty good at but I see what you're saying. Yeah,
right. Like, so because now you're getting that washout effect, right?
Yeah. I do. That's one thing that I've learned when I was losing weight was just drink as much water as you can.
100%.
Because
that's how you flush fat out too.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah. So I'm pretty. I instilled that on me to just drink water. I try and I still probably don't drink enough, like most of us do, but I'll probably have like eight bottles of water, throughout.
So it still may very well be that this is so strong that you need more water to kind of counterbalance that caffeine effect. Or, if you already got a solution, right? You're doing half a can, but if you really feel like, okay, I really want to drink this whole can, just have it as instead of having a coffee, if that's something you do, have it as your morning, your morning pep.
That's true.
Yeah,
and I can keep it in the and then
now it seems like you're so delayed that it's giving you a lot of hours that will take you through your workday, right? You'll have that energy throughout the workday. So that might be the best bet for you to go with that. I definitely wouldn't like pop a coffee or espresso on top of that because then you'd be
Oh yeah,
you'd be back there buzzing out.
You have no idea. I mean, I'd never shut up then. I'd just be talking. You would never go home. You would be stuck at the studio.
But Maria, you're still like, but Ben ain't shut up.
I'm like, Maria, what else?
I'm worried about Ben. I don't want to leave now because now I'm concerned.
He just spoke to me and ran three laps around the studio. I don't know how he does it, but he's doing it.
He's doing it, so I'm nervous. So yeah, that would be my suggestion with the Celsius. Just take it, have it higher up in the day. What I also liked about this that I didn't see, and let me just make certain, this can, they do a really good job with the, marketing, the promo of it, and their product, labeling. It's gluten-free, and it made me start to think like, wow, are some of these others not gluten-free? And I didn't see any wheat in any of the other ones, but it doesn't mean that there's not some hidden in there. Also, it's kosher. Non-GMO, which that's huge because I can tell you right now, the other ones are definitely going to have some GMO going on. They got some GMO inside. There's some GMO. If you're a person who likes like none of the chemically anything, none of this is for you, period. 100%. But if you're okay saying, I'm going to get a little acid and GMO going on, you can go with that one, or you can get less chemicals and no GMO and go with the Celsius. So I love that it was that. And also, this one is vegan. And it made me start thinking, like, I want to, at some point, really sit down and nitpick every single ingredient in all of them, because to label it vegan, that makes me start to think, well, somewhere something has something in it that's not for the vegan community, and maybe they don't even know.
That's huge.
Right, because I mean, we're talking about in a day and age where plant-based veganism is really popular, right? And so to put that on your can is just going to get a whole different population of people. And the fact that they do not it made me start thinking like, wow, okay, is it just, labeling, they just didn't put it on there? and then think about it, someone in their department like about to lose their job because they listen to this like, oh shoot, that's a good idea. Or is there something in there that they can't put that is not vegan
You
on
have
there?
a
So
very good point.
yeah, so the Celsius is vegan. So if you're vegan and you're looking for a good energy drink, this is one for it. So last but not least, I don't have a can of this particular item because I just don't drink them. I remember when they came out on the market, Bang. I mean, Bang was like, what they did with their marketing is phenomenal. They came out swinging out the gates. They captured a large part of the market share because they're vibrant in colors. They were just throwing it in your face, and then they were touting things like it's got creatine in there. I think they had like creatine plus in one of them, and I mean, like it was crazy. So people were really like utilizing Bang energy drinks as like their pre-workout because it had your creatine in there. Then one came out with like branched chain amino acids, just similar to these, but I mean, it was really touting it that it had all of this great stuff in here. And so here's the fun fact. Monster loves to sue. Sorry, Monster. I'm just saying. They decided that they were just like Celsius, but they lost that one because Celsius had their receipts. They decided to sue Bang Energy Drink because they knew that what they were putting on their labels was total trash. I mean, like this one, this shot, this is a Bang Energy shot. And this one says super creatine is in it and ultra CoQ10 in addition to essential amino acids. So, people, this is 3 fluid ounces. 3 fluid ounces. How much of all of those things are in here? Because if I took a scoop of essential amino acid powder and tried to put it in here, this thing's going to bubble over because that's 8 to 10 grams of essential amino acids. There would be no, even if I started with this empty and put it in there, it would be it would be so heavy, so concentrated. There would just be no way to get that in there. Plus enough ultra CoQ10 to make a difference in anything. So it's really just, they're still at it putting things on the label that, is there some in here? Yes. But to the way that they make it sound, super creatine, I wouldn't rely on this for my creatine supplement. And we all know, I've told you that creatine is the most tried and true supplement on the market, hands down. So that's a little disappointing. Now, I will say I tasted one of these a long time ago, and it was like, it was fire. It was really good. I actually drank it. I was on a bike ride and feeling a little sluggish, and one of my cyclist friends had one and said, hey, try this, and I did, and it was amazing. Did give me really good energy. I will definitely say that. I do love it's clear, so they don't use any coloring or dyes in here. So if you're a person that are into shots, feel free to give this a try. But from the standpoint, if you're buying it for the creatine, if you're buying it for the essential amino acids and the CoQ10, this is not it. Just go ahead and get real supplements that have those in them and not let it be from your energy drink. And, at the end of the day, I think that's the biggest point that I want to make with all of these is that they're energy drinks. Utilize them for just that, for the energy. Make the decision on how much caffeine you want to take in and know what you're purchasing and how much caffeine is in each, product that you want to purchase. But don't buy them for any of the health benefits that they have touted on the claim on the claims that they have on the label, because it's 100% not going to be accurate. And if they do have that in there, it's so minuscule, it's not really making a big difference. You need to drink multiple cans of said product to get to the amounts that you need for what they're touting on the label. All that being said, the funny thing about all of it is after Monster sued them and they won, Monster Energy Drink tried to purchase Bang. And because you know why? They have such a rock solid marketing strategy that people still buy it despite knowing that what they say is in it is not in it when it comes to all the extras. And I'll be honest, their flavors are really good of all of their stuff. So if you are loyal to the Bang Energy, drink because of the flavors, continue to have at it. You're really not getting much difference in any of these at all at the end of the day. So last but not least, the most tried and true on the market. No fluff, just good quality coffee beans. Colombian espresso, straight from the machine. If you are looking for true, good, clean energy, having a cup of coffee or an espresso is going to be the way to go. And if you really want to maximize on that, I would say start buying your own organic coffee beans that are sourced from one place. I'm a big lover in Costa Rican coffee. I've been to Costa Rica thousands of times at this point, and I have seen how they actually, farm, for lack of better words, all of their coffee plantations and how they have them. It's amazing. Like, they don't use any pesticides because they are a very ecological type country. They have trees that are there so that the bugs attack the trees and not the coffee bean, and then the birds will eat the bugs. It's crazy. It's one of the most natural, ecologically farmed systems I've ever seen. But get the good organic, coffee bean. Like I said, Costa Rica, Colombia, same thing. This way, you know that you're getting great quality coffee, and you're going to get the best source of caffeine, hands down, 100%. No needing to add anything else to it. If you're going for just a pure energy source, coffee's going to be the way to go. Plus, it's got some antioxidants in there and polyphenols, which are some other great benefits that coffee provides. But I will say this, if you're picking coffee or any of the energy drinks, don't overdo it. There is definitely it's such a thing as too much of a good thing, right? I firmly know for a fact that most people are over caffeinated. They're suffering with higher bouts of, anxiety. You're also, when your body senses, high stress like that, you're raising your cortisol levels, which if you're a sedentary person, this is not good because you're going to store body fat. So having too much caffeine is the thing. So if you're a person that's at work and you're drinking, you're like, oh yeah, I'm on my, third cup of coffee, but your cup doesn't look like this. It's like, the cup, because you know how we do in America, everything's bigger. Like, it's like a 14, 16 ounce carafe of coffee that you've now filled up 3 times. You are way too caffeinated. And I think sometimes some of our, mental stress disorders are because we're way too caffeinated, period, point blank, and not hydrated at all. So take into consideration, that when you're picking anything that you want for energy, because that's going to be super duper critical. I wanted to show you guys a product. Go ahead. Oh, first I want to tell you this as well. I am not sponsored by any of these products. None of these products, these are just products that I love and try and utilize. So there's no sponsorship there. And these are all based off of my opinion and my own research that I've done on each and every, product. Feel free to go on a, deeper dive if you want to on anything. I don't expect anyone to agree with me, on everything. So if you're something up here that you're like, oh, I want to see for myself, feel free. Go on their websites were, for the most, I guess I should say that. I was really impressed with Celsius website, like really breaking down their product. Like, they did a phenomenal job doing that. Monsters, surprisingly, I had to do some digging on other sites to kind of really figure out like what was going on with their products. So, then again, you got to do your own research. Rain Energy Drink did a pretty decent job also too of talking about their product. But everyone else was a bit skimpy. So do your research if you need to. And again, I'm not sponsored by any of these. These are just some that I drink. However, if any one of you would like to sponsor this podcast, please feel free to reach out. So that being said, I do want to share a product with you today that is not an energy drink. And I tried it for the first time today. I was here in the studio shooting a podcast with some other friends of mine that have a show, and they brought me this drink. They were so kind because they do a little bit of bubs or wine on their show, and they know that I don't drink, and I thought it was so thoughtful that they brought me this. It is a soda, and I do like natural sodas. So every blue moon, I will have a Diet Coke. It's happening. But if I'm somewhere where I can get like a Zevia, which is another all natural, soda item, I will drink a lot of Zevias. I do love that Zevia line. If you haven't tried a Zevia soda, please feel free. They have all the flavors that can mimic any, soda that you can get out there. So it's really cool. But this particular soda is called Olipop. And this is a ginger lemon. What I loved about this, it's got 40 calories and 5 carbs. So, nothing crazy there. But it actually is 8% of the flavoring is from juice, which I thought was really cool. It's got prebiotic, botanicals, and plant fiber in here. So I was like, okay, when do you ever see that in a product? How much of it, I don't know. Again, I tasted it for the first time today. But the flavor of it was very, very full. Like, sometimes you get like the Zevias, they have the flavor, but it can be slightly lighter. This was a very, very full flavored. I taste ginger, I taste lemon, and I really, really like that. So if you're looking for an alternative, if you're a person that drinks energy drinks for flavor like me, because I don't drink them for the energy, I love the flavors, it might be more advantageous from a health perspective to switch over to something like an Olipop or a Zevia. I really did enjoy this. And another great thing about this is it's plant-based. And I thought that that was pretty cool. And another thing that is becoming popular with a lot of products that say that they have probiotics or prebiotics in it, it gets a stamp now that's called microbiome approved. So this is good for the gut lining. So this is not going to be something that bloats you or anything like that. It's actually great for the gut bacteria. So this is definitely going to be on my list. Olipop, give it a try. I think that they have a strawberry flavor, if I'm not mistaken. So you can give that one a try.
Strawberry banana.
Strawberry banana. So give it a try. I mean, I really definitely enjoyed it and very happy to have tried it. It's non-GMO. So if you're a person with the no GMOs, here you go. I'll do a deep dive on this eventually and kind of tell you what I come up with. And yeah, tell you more about that product. Yeah, 9 grams of dietary fiber. That's crazy. So in essence, it has no carbohydrates at all, or maybe, sorry, it's 15, not 5. 15 grams of carbohydrates. I think I need glasses, y'all. I think I'm at the age. I think I need to pull them out. So 15 grams of carbohydrates, 9 dietary grams of fiber. So if you're a person that's into net carbs, you're talking about what, 6 grams of carbs there? That's pretty cool. No fat, 20 milligrams of sodium, so that's negligible. And this is made in Oakland, California. So it's homegrown right here in the US. If you're a person that is into that, and sweetened with stevia leaf. So that's even healthier. So there you go. You have a nice alternative if you're a person that's in it for flavor, not the energy. So you can have your cup of Morning Joe, and then if you want to have something to, slip on during the day, have an Olipop. So that is what I have for you guys today on energy drinks. I hope this was informative. Any major takeaways is that they're pretty much all the same, and Celsius does reign supreme in terms of health benefits. So that's the takeaway from this one is. If you like them, enjoy them. Just remember, don't overdo it. 1 can, guys, is really more than enough for the day. Keep it at that. Don't use these as to supplement for like your pre-workout and stuff like that. I mean, unless you want to. But if you're going to use that, don't take pre-workout. You don't need a double whammy, right? So don't do both, one or the other. And enjoy the flavors. They're all low on calorie. The 12 ounces tend to be 5 calories. The 16 ounces tend to be 10. The carbohydrates range between 2 and 8 grams of carbohydrates. And that's really based off of what sugar profile they used as what creates that. And With that, that is going to close out episode 13 on energy drinks. I want to thank you guys again for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you for episode 14. So remember to watch on Spotify, YouTube, or Applecast. And if you watch on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. With that, we're out of here. And remember to always do it anyway. Peace. Thank you.